is going on, guys? Espresso Shucko here, and to continue on with my trend for October in using Ghost type restricted legendaries, here we are with Lunala. So, Lunala, I'm running a Power Herb Meteor Beam set with Moongeist Beam and Moonblast as coverage options. My Lunala is extremely slow. When I was checking the IVs, turns out I had something along the lines of 4, so that's going to make it pretty optimal for running in Trick Room. We are running Trick Room with Porygon 2 and Stakataka as the main setters, with the idea of letting Torkoal go wild with Eruptions. We have Indeedee for some redirection support. Expanding Force is always nice on Psychic Terrain. We also have Rillaboom with an Assault Vest. Knockoff is great utility. We have High Horsepower, we have Fako, we have Grassy Glide. Porygon 2 provides some bulky support with Eerie Impulse. We have Trick Room, as I mentioned already, along with Ice Beam and Recover. The idea here is if my opponents want to set up a special sweeper, I have Porygon 2 to punish them by cutting their special attack in half with an Eerie Impulse. And if that happens and they think they can set up in front of Lunala, Porygon 2 will cut them down, and Lunala can hit them hard. Or Stakataka. Stakataka can do that too. The nice thing is once I get Trick Room, I have a very quick Rock Slide, I get a very quick Gyro Ball. Both of those things hurt. Torkoal's Eruption hurts. I'm also running Safety Goggles on Stakataka to avoid opposing Amoonguss. And all things said, I think that's mainly it, so let's begin the campaign to entertain, and let's test this team out on the ladder. Alright, so when I said September was going to be busy, I did not realize October was going to be even worse. So it's been a while. I haven't had any time to do any more matches after that Giratina video. But hey, if you're watching this and haven't watched the Giratina video, go watch that. We have our first opponent. Let's see what we have. It's a Kyogre team. Okay, so we have Kyogre, Zarina, Thundurus Therian, which that's interesting. Urshifu, Tornadus, and Incineroar. So, I think Porygon 2 is probably going to be needed to set up Trick Room here, especially if they want to go Tornadus, Kyogre. I could go Lunala and go for a Meteor Beam if they lead Incineroar, thinking that they can fake me out. Although, I think maybe leading Indeedee Porygon might be good here. I think Lunala might be good in the back. And I don't know if I necessarily want Stakataka, because it'd be very nice for Tornadus and Thundurus, but Kyogre and Urshifu scare it off, so maybe bring Torkoal. Yeah, maybe Torkoal might be better, or Rillaboom. I think Torkoal. With the main reason being, Zarina doesn't like Eruption, Urshifu is neutral to it, Tornadus is neutral to it, and Incineroar doesn't like the Body Press. I think that's fine. And plus we can override Kyogre's Rain with Torkoal's Drought, so we can get sent up on the field. We have the Psychic Terrain, so we don't have to worry too much about priority. The nice thing is priority being shut down for Pokemon on terrain with Psychic Terrain kind of makes Zarina's Queenly Majesty moot, so that's kind of nice. So let's see, we have Tornadus Kyogre, alright. The nice thing too is I do have a Focus Sash on my Indeedee. Now, the other nice thing too is Psychic Terrain will prevent a potential taunt from KOing my Porygon. So I think I can go for the Trick Room, and then maybe Eerie Impulse the Kyogre next turn. Or Recover, depending on... And we're going to get an attack boost, so that's no good to us, but I think what we can do here is... I think we can actually Expanding Force and Trick Room. I don't think Kyogre is able to pick up Porygon 2 from full. So the nice thing is I can go Expanding Force, get a little bit of damage to Kyogre. And they're just opting for the Water Spout right off the get-go. They're going to bring me down to Sash, that's fine. That actually works in my favor because that can let me get in Lunala for free. Assuming I don't get confused here. We're also going to pick up the Expanding Force. I thought they were going to double into Indeedee because of potential Follow Me shenanigans, but they didn't, so that's alright. So I think what I can do here is I can go for the Expanding Force, try to get some more chip damage in there, and recover with Porygon 2 here. If I can get Lunala in, hit something hard with a Meteor Beam, awesome. Moonblast is going to put the Fear of God into Urshifu, so that's a nice thought. And Moongeist Beam just hits a lot of things hard too, so what I would love to do is see if I can get the... Oh, who's coming in for a Torn? Thunderous, okay. So, two very nice things to potentially stick Lunala on. They're going to let me get my Recover. So maybe what I can do next turn is cut Kyogre's special attack. We're going to get a little bit of chip into Thunderous, which is nice. I wonder if they Volt Switch here, which, if they do, great. We're just going to attack with Indeedee. We'll go Eerie Impulse with Porygon, which will make them probably want to switch out Kyogre next turn. And plus the Expanding Force just applies more pressure to them too, so even better. They're going to withdraw. Who's coming in? Urshifu, alright. So the Eerie Impulse there is not worth it, but hey, at least we get Expanding Force into that Thunderous again, so I'm fine with that. So good damage into the Thunderous. They're just going to hit me with a Thunder. That's Porygon 2. I'm bulky enough to live it. I'm going to Follow Me. And we got 2 turns of Trick Room left, so I'm going to opt for the Recover now. I got nothing to hit Urshifu with Indeedee, so that's fine. I'd rather watch Indeedee go down here, because I can Follow Me, get the Recover with Porygon. They protected this turn, so Lunala is going to be slower than Urshifu, so I can Moonblast and Ice Beam to pick off. So yeah, I think that's the better idea there. Because if I get rid of Urshifu with Lunala and Porygon, that's great. And if they try to Sucker Punch me, they can't because Psychic Terrain is still on the field. So we're going to Moonblast into the Urshifu slot, and we're going to Ice Beam. And they're probably not going to expect a Moonblast. They're probably going to expect maybe a... I don't know what they would maybe expect. Maybe they might expect it. They're going to withdraw Thunderous, which is great. If I get rid of Urshifu, that's the biggest threat to Lunala. Gone off the field right there. Yeah, they just tried to Sucker Punch me in Psychic Terrain. That's great. And we're going to pick up the Urshifu, which I'm very happy to see. So, what do I want to do now? Oh, and because of how they sent in Kyogre 2, range is stopped. Kyogre doesn't reset it. They could still switch out, which would not be great for me, but what I could do here is I could go... I don't think I saw a Protect on Thunderous. I think I just saw straight damage. So I think what I can do is I can maybe Meteor Beam into the Thunderous slot. We do know Kyogre has Protect. I think I can Meteor Beam and Trick Room. That might be the safest thing. Though if they double it into Porygon, that's very bad for me. Yeah, that could be bad. Nope, we're good. So, do I hit the Meteor Beam, or am I going to miss? Because 90% accuracy, if it's not 100%, it might as well be 30. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we get it. Also, I love that animation. I still love that animation. The move's been out since the Isle of Armor dropped, and yeah, it's more entertaining than anything. We're gonna go Trick Room. That's nice. Kyogre is basically wide open to take anything from Porygon. Eerie Impulse, Moonblast. I want to get rid of that Torn, so I'm opting to go for that. I think I'm going to go for the Moongeist Beam into Tornadus, and I think I'm going to recover. They know I have the Eerie Impulse, so they might try to protect the Kyogre here. Oh no, they're going to go Taunt. Alright, that's fine with me. We're going to pick off Tornadus here. I still have my Shadow Shield. In Lunala, like I said, it has 4 Speed IVs. I'm going to be outspeeding this Kyogre pretty frequently. So, I think Moongeist Beam should be more than enough to get rid of Kyogre here. Or, in the very least, be enough to do enough damage to put it in KO range. We have Torkoal in the back, so long as Trigger Room's up, we're going to be fine. And plus the Ice Beam is going to put it a little closer. So, let's see. How right or how wrong was I about the Moongeist Beam damage for picking it up? Oh, I was actually right. Okay. But the Ice Beam probably helped there. Also, the +1 special attack probably helped there. But I'm very happy with Lunala. Still climbing back up the ladder, obviously, too, because I haven't had much time, so it's certainly not Master Ball tier, but hey, I'm very happy about that. Good game to my opponent. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, we have our next opponent. It is a Calyrex-Shadow team. I'm a little concerned. I don't have Wide Guard. Astro Barrage hurts. And I'm more physically oriented than specially oriented on Lunala. But, that said, what I could maybe do is I could maybe bait them by bringing in Indeedee Lunala and switching Lunala out. Or, I lead Indeedee Porygon 2, try to get my Trick Room, have Lunala in the back, and I think Stack actually looks really good here too. Yeah, I think Stakataka looks very good. I can Rock Slide, I can Gyro Ball. But the Rillaboom is tempting too. They do have 2 grass types. I don't know, do I bring Rillaboom? Rillaboom could be nice too because of the knockoff. Oh, you know what? I have high horsepower on Rillaboom too. And Nilego is usually faster than Rillaboom. So if I get Trick Room up, I can high horsepower that thing because, yeah, not many people are running high horsepower still on Rillaboom. So let's see what happens. This is an old Rillaboom set too that I used a while ago before I started using my Life Orb set. So we got Urshifu and Incineroar. All right. It's Rapid Strike Urshifu, which is nice because that's a little less pressure on Lunala there. Yeah, that's a lot less pressure on Lunala. Right. I wonder, did I get a special attack boost or did I get an attack boost? Attack. Okay. So that might be a little bit more concerning for trying to get that Meteor Beam off, but I think what I can do here is I think I opt for the Trick Room now, and I think I go for the Follow Me. If they Surging Strikes or Close Combat my Indeedee, not the end of the world. If they Parting Shot into my Indeedee, not the end of the world. So, let's see. That's going to be fine. If they put me in KO range of a Flare Blitz, even better. Because then I can bring in Lunala. which I am in KO range. So I can bring in Lunala here. I can go for the Meteor Beam into Incineroar. Try to get rid of that. Maybe Ice Beam the Urshifu to potentially break a Focus Sash. So let's see. Sounds like the cats are having a battle of their own. Yeah, so I think I'm going to Ice Beam into the Urshifu, try to get a little bit of chip. I don't think Rapid Strike Urshifu gets a... I don't think Rapid Strike Urshifu gets a Dark type coverage option, so I should be fine to Meteor Beam. If they Partner Shot Lunala, I'm just going to redo it. Oh, they're going to Hard Switch, even better. Okay, so Rillaboom's coming in there. Let's see. I kind of wish I Ice Beamed into the Rillaboom slot now, because that's great. They're going to Detect with Urshifu. That's perfectly fine with me. Rillaboom's knockoff can hurt really badly here. But depending on how much damage I do, even better. And plus, Porygon 2 is naturally slower, and depending on the speed calcs for their Rillaboom, like however they put the EVs into it, I might be fine. And plus, the nice thing is, because I just consumed my Power Herb, knockoff is not going to do as much damage. So I think what I can do here is, let's see. I have my own Rillaboom in the back, which wouldn't be bad for Fake Out Pressure. Knockoff into Porygon 2 could be bad. I think I Moongeist Beam into Urshifu here, because I can pick off even better. Okay, maybe not as better, but what I could do here is I could go for the Moongeist Beam, get some damage into Incineroar. Porygon 2 is going to get some chip. We'll find out what my opponent wants to do here. Good amount of damage. The fact that Porygon 2 and Lunala are both going before Rillaboom is very assuring, because I can probably pick up Rillaboom next turn. Yeah, there's the knockoff there. Shadow Shield is going to come in very handy there. Let's see. How many turns of Trick Room do we have left? That's the other thing, because they've probably got Calyrex in the back, and they're probably waiting for Trick Room to end. So 2 turns left of Trick Room. I think we're gonna Ice Beam and Now Incineroar is definitely slower than Lunala, so I think what I can do here is maybe Scout Out with a Protect. Yeah, I think I'll Scout Out with a Protect, because if they have Protect, I'm expecting maybe to see it this upcoming turn. There's the Fake Out into Porygon, that's fine. Just going to Grassy Glide into Lunala, which, to be fair, that knockoff did nothing because of the Shadow Shield, but it's going to hurt a lot more, so I would rather see if I can get rid of Incineroar sooner rather than later. I'm going to get a little bit of HP back from the grassy terrain. Yeah. I think we Ice Beam into Rillaboom, and I think we go for the Moonblast into Incineroar. Just on a hunch in case Urshifu comes in for Incineroar there. And plus, if I get the 3s on Rillaboom, I didn't, but... Oh, there's the taunt. That's, not great, but anyways, I can deal with that for a turn. See how much this Moonblast does. Not as much as I would have liked. That said, I can protect Lunala this upcoming turn, bring in my own Rillaboom. There goes my Eviolite, which that is something to be concerned about, but it's not the end of the world. Now, I think I fall in between Incineroar and Rillaboom with Lunala here, so I think we'll bring in my Rillaboom, and I think I'll try to pick off their Rillaboom, and then that way I can go for their Incineroar. I have knockoff on my Rillaboom too, so that would be great if I can catch Calyrex with the knockoff. The Assault Vest should let Rillaboom live this. If okay, there's a U-turn. That's a lot of damage. That's not great. I'm assuming Calyrex is coming. Which, if it is, that's actually great. Because depending on how much damage Moonblast does to that. Wish I went for the Moongeist Beam. That would have been perfect. Moongeist Beam into that slot would have been great. So we're going to get some big damage into Calyrex here. Yeah, that's half their HP right there. Flare Blitz into Lunala. Okay, I'm more than fine with that. Yeah, I am more than fine with that. Okay. So the question is, do I think Rillaboom can live? I don't think so. I really do not think so. Not at that range. And Grassy Terrain is gone too, so I think Porygon comes in, and I think Lunala protects. Because I think they switch out Incineroar to get their Fake Out back. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. And if I had the grassy terrain, I would be more than confident in going for a Grassy Glide into Calyrex. But yeah, they're just going to do that. So I'm fine with that. Kind of wish I had Foul Play or Shadow Ball on my Porygon, but I don't. So I think I Trick Room. And I think I bring Rillaboom in to keep Lunala safe. I don't like losing the special attack boost, but at the same time, I'm very worried about that Calyrex there. So we'll see. If I somehow live, which I don't think I do, this is very nice. Yeah, look at that, I died. But I'd rather use Rillaboom than Lunala here, because Lunala can still do some big damage here. And the fact that they're only going Flare Blitz with Incineroar makes me wonder if they're... Okay, there's the taunt. Alright, that's not good. That shuts me down. Okay. That does shut me down. Alrighty. Yeah. That's not great. Okay. Lunala comes back. We'll see what happens. Alrighty. Can't Eerie Impulse, but I can at least Ice Beam. Maybe I get the freeze? I hope. Maybe? I know they want to Astro Barrage my Lunala, so I'm going to protect it. A Psyshock would be really bad. Oh, there's Protect. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty. They do have Parting Shot there, so good to know. Unfortunately, though, Calyrex gets Lunala every day of the week here. So that is the one thing. If you're gonna use Lunala, just be wary of Calyrex-Shadow and Urshifu single. But that said, I don't think Lunala is bad per se. It's just I think Calyrex is very terrifying if you run into that matchup. Okay. I'm just going to say to heck with it and go for the Moongeist Beam into Calyrex. Lunala's going down anyways. There's no denying that. But let's at least see what Porygon 2 can do without its Eviolite. Urshifu's going to kill it immediately, but hey, we'll see what happens. I'm taunted. I can't recover. I can't trigger him. Yeah. This is not good. This is such a bad position, but oh well. It is what it is. Like I said, if I had Moongeist beamed into that Rillaboom slot to pick it off, which I should have went for, very different scenario. I don't think I found out if they were Focus Sash on their I definitely didn't find out if they were Focus Sash on their Calyrex. So for all I know, it could have been a Focus Sash, which would have made things very bad for me too. But yeah, unfortunately, there is no pulling back from this. I mean, maybe. I doubt it. Let's try it. Let's try the trigger. I'm scared to see what Calyrex... Oh, they're just going to withdraw. Okay, that's fine with me. Rillaboom's going to fake me out as well. And then Incineroar is probably going to taunt me. So, yeah. I feel like that's a choice out of Calyrex. Okay. The problem is the Urshifu as well. That thing definitely gets my Porygon. And I feel like they U-turn with Rillaboom, taunt with Incineroar, and then go into Urshifu there. Yep, so this is either Calyrex or Urshifu, probably Urshifu. So let's see. Yep. And a close combat comes my way to pick me off. There's the taunt, like I said. Yep, okay. So, you get the Ice Beam. I still think the Urshifu is where the Focus Sash is, but I think Calyrex might have a choice item. Unfortunately, though, it's a 4-1 scenario. I do not think I win this, so I'm going to bow out, unfortunately. Normally, I say play until you're out, but unless I freeze every single thing, crit every single time, it's not happening. So, good game to my opponent. Unfortunately, there's no winning that. Let's see what we can find for another match. Okay, we have a Zacian team. So we've got Tornadus, we've got Zacian, we've got Zapdos, we've got Landorus, we've got Dracodish, and we got Tapu Lele. So here's something interesting. They have Psychic Terrain that they could potentially provide for me, which is very nice. Zacian is straight up terrifying, but not the end of the world to deal with. Landorus has the Intimidate, which I do have to respect, but this might not be a bad match for Torkoal. I think Torkoal is almost a necessity for this one. I think we bring Stakataka, and they got no Fake Out, which is nice. So I think we can go Stakataka, Indeedee. I think Torkoal comes in the back. And I think we bring Lunala in the back as well. If that Lele is Scarfed, it's going to have a terrible time with Moongeist Beam. Zacian will probably have a terrible time dealing with Eruptions. The nice thing is I'm Focus Sashed on Indeedee, so if they try to double in on my Trick Room setup, I at least get my Trick Room. It should be good. Yeah, I want to keep Psychic Terrain up as long as I can, whether or not that's between my opponent's Lele or my Indeedee. So they're going to go Tornadization, that's fine. The best part here is I can also go for a Gyro Ball next turn, hit Zacian with Stakataka if Stakataka doesn't die, which should be fine. Because I can go for the Trick Room here. I just hope Zacian doesn't set up a substitute. That's the only thing. Zacian setting up a substitute would be very bad here, which it could be very well possible that it does that. But Indeedee would not be terrible under Trick Room next to Stakataka either, because I can always keep Stakataka safe with Follow Me. So I could always break the substitute with Stakataka's Gyro Ball and Follow Me. In theory, I should be able to do enough damage. The +1 attack is terrifying, but if I bring out Torkoal, I start firing off Eruptions. That Zacian's going to be wanting to take off. They're just going to go straight Behemoth Blade, which is wonderful. If Tornadus goes for an attack into Indeedee to pick me off at 1 HP, great. I would actually prefer that, which they did go for the Air Slash, which is great. Torkoal can come out. I got what I want. I can Rock Slide. I can Eruption. Should be good. Because I don't think Zacian lives an Eruption from Torkoal, and I think that Tornadus is in for a very bad time. Now, what they could do is they could sub in Landorus. They could also sub in Dracovish, which, if they do sub in Dracovish, it's not great for me, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to Rock Slide, and I'm going to Eruption. I think Zacian either switches or protects. Might even be but one of the... If it's one, it's probably the other the following turn. Stakataka should be very concerned about Dracovish coming in as well, but if I can do some big damage, great. Fishious Rend isn't going to get the speed boost, which is nice. Or the bonus damage boost for being faster. So they do protect, that's fine. I have Body Press on Torkoal as well. I'm also going to hit Asterix. Yeah, no, I didn't even hit Dracovish with Rock Slide, but that's fine. Let's see how much a single target does. Considering Dracovish 4 times resists, I'm okay with that. I would have loved for Rock Slide to have hit Dracovish there, but who knows? Maybe I pick up the flinch. Torkoal's going to be doing good damage with this Eruption. Stakataka is going to do good damage moderately with Rock Slide. There's no attack drops into my Stakataka, which is wonderful. And with the Sun, it's also going to lower Fishious Rends. So I don't think Fishious Rend is going to do enough to KO me, but there we go from the previous turn. Like I said, if it protects, it's going to do the other thing right there. It did, so. Tornadus is definitely gone. Yeah, Tornadus is definitely gone. Dracovish is very low, which is great. Let's find out what it wants to do. Yeah, there's Fishious Rend. That's going to do more than I like. That was a crit, that's fine. I at least have my berry. So, who's coming in next? Yeah, who's coming in next? And should I Body Press Dracovish? Zapdos, okay. I think Rock Slide looks very good here, so I'm going to do that. And you know what? I still think Eruption looks good too. It's a spread move. So, yeah. A spread move with 100% accuracy and sun boosted. Detect with Zapdos is fine. Does Dracovish luck out and dodge the Rock Slide again? Nope. Good. So, we get a defense boost, which is great. But if there's Sacred Sword, that's not great. This is probably the last turn of Trick Room too. Which, if it is, that's okay. Meteor Beam looks nice for Zapdos with Lunala. This is indeed the last turn of Trick Room, so I think Zacian protects here. So what I want to do is I want to at least Rock Slide that Zapdos, and I think for the heck of it, we're going to Eruption. If we can get rid of Zapdos, great. They go for the double, they miss it, so I'm very happy about that. Zacian protecting is very obvious given what is on the field. And because I still have Torkoal on the field, my opponent has a very difficult choice to make. Do they go for Torkoal and risk me setting up Trick Room again, or do they go for Stakataka and risk an Eruption? Because I still have Sun. And you better believe I'm taking advantage of that. So we're going to go Trick Room. And we're going to go Eruption. And yeah, that's basically what I want to see right there. Because Zacian's in a very hard choice here. They're going to go for Stack. No, they're going to go for Torkoal. Even better. I got Trick Room again. Probably could have went for Heat Wave instead, but I didn't. That still took half, which is great. I like that. I like that a lot. So, what they should have did is gone for Stakataka, especially because Sacred Sword would have ignored my defense boost. They might be thinking of Choppleberry, which I'm not. But anyways, they might have thought that, which I can see why. We'll go for the Heat Wave. We'll go for the Gyro Ball. And that's enough to pick it up. Lunala didn't even have to come for this one. Oh, yeah. I think that was a pretty solid match. Rock Slide, Eruption, go burr. Yeah, burr. Alright. We're up against another Kyogre team. So, let's see. We got Kyogre, we got Whimsicott, we've got Rillaboom, we've got Incineroar, Galarian Moltres, and Landorus. So, they have access to Tailwind with Whimsicott, which is not great, but at least Porygon 2 Indeedee is a very solid lead to get around that. I know I can live a Water Spout with Porygon 2. If they want to try to go for Faygo shenanigans with Incineroar, be my guest. I will have the Psychic Train, keep Porygon 2 safe. Meteor Beams looks very good for either Moltres or Incineroar, but I gotta be wary of Moltres' Berserk. And when I get Trick Room up, Stakataka would be good. Though I shouldn't say when, because, you know, my opponent might be carrying Taunt on their Incineroar, which could be very annoying, but I think Stakataka looks very good here. Gyro Ball hurts Whimsicott. Rock Slide hurts Incineroar. But on the other side, Torkoal might be good for resetting the weather, and only two things resist it. So we're going to go Torkoal. Yeah, that's the idea here. We're going to go Torkoal. Would have been nice for Stack, but I think we'll go Torkoal. Bring the Eruption, bring the Sun to shut down Kyogre's Drizzle, and we'll go from there. Moltres or Rillaboom, okay. which, that's fine with me. Unless they have less speed on that. No, okay, I get the second train. That's good. That's good enough for me. Now they could Fiery Wrath and knock off my Indeedee. But they can't fake me out. So I think, honestly, we're going to Expanding Force into the Rillaboom slot. I think we're going to go for the Trick Room, and then that way we can go for quick Eerie Impulses into Moltres. I'm personally hoping they go for Nasty Plot this turn, because then I can shut down Nasty Plot with, oh, there's Fiery Wrath, so there's a chance Indeedee and Porygon both flinch here, but if Indeedee doesn't, great. Indeedee didn't, so I'm going to get a little bit of chip into Rillaboom. Now, if Porygon flinched, that's a problem. No, we're good. I got my Trick Room. So, I'm going to Eerie Impulse the Moltres, and I'm going to apply some pressure with... no, I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to follow me with... No. Who do I got in the back again? Torkoal. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to follow me with Indeedee. And I think I'm going to Eerie Impulse Moltres. Because what I want to do is I still want to see Indeedee go down, but I want to keep Porygon 2 well preserved. Because what I can do there is safely bring in Lunala. I don't want to bring in Torkoal right away, because I'm thinking Kyogre is coming in. But that said, now it's different, because if Kyogre comes in, great, I can set up the Sun with Torkoal. Yeah, I can set up the Sun. I can also go for Recovers, which is very nice. If they bring in Incineroar, that's a free turn to go for my Recover. Lunala looks very nice here, because I can go for the Meteor Beam into Incineroar there. That was a crit. But to be fair, this turn I wanted to recover anyways, so I think Lunala is safe here. Torkoal might have actually been fine too, but anyways. Let's see. I feel like it's Kyogre in the back. Moltres is down to -2. I think we Meteor Beam the Incineroar. Maybe. Maybe I want Moltres instead. I do have Body Press for Incineroar, so... No, I want to go try to get the Incineroar here, and I want the Recover. I definitely want that Recover on Porygon 2. Psychic Terrain, thank you. That's a very safe spot. Darkest Lariat, okay. That might hurt. That might hurt a lot. Yeah, it hurt a lot. But hopefully this hurts more. Yeah, I told myself a funny. Hopefully this hits and I can actually do something productive with it. Yeah, there we go. How much damage is this going to do? Big damage. Please be big damage. Bye-bye, Incineroar. Bye-bye. Okay, so. I can Moonblast. No, I can't, actually, because they can Sucker Punch me. Yeah. They can Sucker Punch me. But I have Protect. Yeah, I have Protect there. So we got 2 turns of Trick Room left. feel like they fake out Porygon too. But I'm going to go for the Eerie Impulse into the Moltres slot. Yeah, Moltres in theory should still be faster than my Lunala. Because there's no real getting away around the Sucker Punch there, but that's fine. Okay. I think I recover with Porygon here. And I think I still go for a Moonblast. Yeah. I think I still go for a Moonblast, and I think I recover here. Because I gotta get Trick Room back up for Torkoal. Alright, how much is... Ooh. They went Grassy Glide into Lunala. So, Moment of Truth time. Oh, there we go. They should have Sucker Punched. They really should have Sucker Punched me. But maybe they didn't think they had anything for me to hit Moltres with. But hey, I'm okay with that. Grassy Terrain's gonna bring me up to almost full. Trick Room is gone. If I can live with Porygon here, if I can live this, and I get Trick Room, there's a hope. It's a very slight hope. Although, how opposed am I to sacking Lunala? We got 3 turns of Grassy Terrain. I don't think it's a good idea to switch in Torkoal, but what I think I can do is... I think I can Moongeist Beam into the Rillaboom slot and attempt the Trick Room. I don't know for sure. If they double into Porygon, it's probably a KO. That was a crit into Lunala. Now that it's a single target Water Spell, that's not good. Yeah, Porygon might not live this one. Never mind. I am pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised about that. Too bad Torkoal's gonna come in to die to Kyogre, but hey. I can at least Eruption that Rillaboom. Rillaboom gets Porygon with the Grassy Glide. But by some miracle. Maybe Body Press does enough? Highly doubtful. Maybe they go in for Torkoal instead? We'll go for the Eerie Impulse. Maybe they go for Torkoal instead. That was a thing. Okay. What is with this Rillaboom and the crits? The crits have been happening fairly frequently. So with the HP drop and... Oh, look at that. I got a crit. Okay. Balance has been restored. Probably should have recovered. But maybe that works out in my favor. Stalled. Ooh. I think they just gave Porygon the opportunity that it needs to recover. And I can Body Press. Yeah, I can Body Press and I can recover. Because Water Spout definitely picks Porygon off from this range. But if I Body Press and recover, that puts Torkoal in a nice spot. And Kyogre's got no means of recovery, so it might be a little bit of a long game here, but we'll go for the Body Press, reduce the damage of a potential Water Spout. I mean, I also Eerie Impulse, which is nice, so basically what I can do is run Kyogre down here. Yeah, that's what I want to see right there. Because now what I can do is I can Eerie Impulse and Body Press again. Because I should be able to live anything from Kyogre at -4. And that's the last turn of Grassy Terrain, which is even better. Torkoal's Berry, unfortunately, has procced, but not the end of the world. We'll go for the Eerie Impulse. Let's double check, actually, how many turns Trickman we got. 2. Okay, so next turn they probably protect. I don't think they protect this turn. We'll go for the Body Press. I like the amount of damage that's doing, too. It's not a lot, but it's enough. Ironically, I was opting to put Solar Beam on Torkoal, but we didn't do that either. Originally, I was thinking Weather Ball instead of Heat Wave, and maybe Solar Beam. So, Body Press, Ice Beam, and we'll go from there. This might boil down to Ice Beams and Recovers. I don't think that's quite enough for the Ice Beam to pick up the KO, unfortunately. It's not, but Porygon at its current health should be able to live whatever Kyogre wants to do. So I think what I can do here is I can just Ice Beam it and get rid of it that way. Lunala did very good work this match too, despite its very brief showing. We got rid of the Incineroar. Actually, Lunala got rid of both Moltres and Incineroar. Lunala did very good. Porygon and Torkoal are just picking up the slack. And it's not every day that Torkoal and Porygon together whittle down a Kyogre from full to hopefully a KO. I think this Ice Beam is going to be enough too, so. We'll see what my opponent wants to do here. Thunder. Okay. That did nothing. I don't know why they opted for Thunder, because we still have Sun on the field, because they could have potentially missed and did even less, but hey, there we go. Porygon beat a Kyogre. V2 is still a beast with Fury Impulse. I'm very happy about that. Good game to my opponent. Very good game to Lunala. An extremely very good game to Porygon too. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today's Lunala video. I had a lot of fun with Lunala. I think it did really solid overall with all the matches we had. You gotta watch for that Calyrex-Shadow Rider, unfortunately, but that said, if you play around it, it can be pretty solid. That Shadow Shield and Meteor Beam combination is just so nice. We got the blasted Incineroar from 100% to 0 with one shot. Fun times. Next up, if everything goes according to plan, I'm actually going to bring my own Calyrex-Shadow Rider to the ladder, and we'll see what we can go with from there. This month has been extremely hectic. As far as like outside of recording goes, so I'm hoping that unlike today's Lunala video, I can actually build the Calyrex team in advance and take it to a couple of matches for some practice and try to work out the kinks, but we'll see what happens from there. Again, like I just said, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you were entertained. I will see you guys next time.